My name is Sindhu. I'm 23 years old. I know it's hard to believe, but I am 23. So, I'm from Bangalore. I'm from a very traditional Karnataka Brahmin family. The story that I want to tell today, I named it Reason Why I Moved Out. So, my dad is a rural development officer. We lived in different parts of Karnataka, mostly rural. So there were no good schools around wherever we lived. So until 7th standard, I studied in a Kannada medium government school. So when I was in 6th standard, my mother died. So there was some kind of family problem that we had, and it was ongoing for a really long time. And my mother was constantly depressed, and it was untreated, so she decided to end her life. So that was a major turn point of my life. And then our family decided to move to Bangalore because my dad couldn't handle 2 kids alone. I have an elder sister, so we decided to move in with our grandparents. So I'm not really sad that this happened to me, but it was a major turning point of my life, because when I moved in with my grandparents, my life turned around a lot, because my grandparents are very, very orthodox, and there were a lot of rules and regulations and a lot of things. I love my grandparents, I love my family, but few things made me go crazy. Like when my mom wrote in her death note that her body should be donated to a medical college for the students. But my family did not respect her final wish, because they thought if the body is not burnt, then she will not get moksha. I think it's some Hindu script related thing that you have to do all the final rituals properly for a dead person. So they did not respect her wish. That was the first reason, I think, which stamped into my memory that no, this is not acceptable. And when we moved to Bangalore, I was in 7th standard. I joined a new school here. Everything was fine. Life went great, and my sister joined college. And my sister got a boyfriend. So she was in 2nd PU and she had a boyfriend. At that time, there was no WhatsApp. So one day, her boyfriend and my dad and my sister used to share a cell phone. So it's really funny, like my dad used to let my sister take the phone at least one day in a week to college, because phone was a new thing and all kids had it, and she also wanted to take it to college at least once a week. So her boyfriend messaged her, "Good night, dear," or something like that one day, and my dad lost it. It's like, how can you do this? How can you have a boyfriend? You're just 17 and this is unacceptable. And a lot of things went on in my house that day. I was like, why are they making such a big deal out of it? It was just a good night message. It's not like he asked her to send nudes or anything. But yeah. And then I thought, oh my God, there's something wrong with the entire family. I was very young. Me and my sister have 5 years of age gap. So I obviously had nothing to say in it. And the next thing that happened was, I threw my first birthday, like when I was in 9th standard, I wanted to throw my birthday party. So I invited a lot of my friends to my house, and being a Brahmin family, and my grandparents didn't have any problem with my friends, but one of my friends entered the kitchen by mistake and they yelled at her very badly. And that day, I didn't feel like I'm a high caste person and I'm a superior to all of these. I felt really down that day because my friend got treated so badly by my own family, which was not acceptable at all. So that one more thing let me down. And so from that day, it became my mission to like move out and all that. Later, my sister finished her college. She went to a different city, and she was finally happy that she was away from home. But then she started missing home, and she told me it's not as good as what you expect it to be. Moving out is not that great. You sometimes still miss your family. You want to come back. I was like, okay, I don't care. And then I finished college. I did my engineering like everyone else in the world, but I did not want to take an IT job. So I worked for a while, like for a couple of months in a Bangalore-based company. I couldn't travel so far every day. Like, who wants to get stuck in Silk Board traffic? I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. So I applied for this fellowship called Youth for India, which is a rural development fellowship. I got selected. I said, I'm going to Rajasthan. Bye-bye. My family is like, no, how can you go? It's a tribal area. It's no, you cannot go. You cannot go. Will not let you go at all. I'm like, no, I'm going. It was my first chance to go out of the family. And I had the best time of my life for 1 whole year. Even though I lived in a village where there was no electricity for 10 continuous days, I had no cell phone and no laptop. I used to eat at 6 p.m. and sleep at 7 p.m. because there was nothing else to do. It was great. I met a lot of lovely people. I got to interact with a lot of amazing people. And I had such wonderful experiences. And it was the best time of my life. And also slowly I realized that when you move away from your family, you don't really think about all the bad things that happen to you. When I felt sick, all I could think about how my grandmom would make a cup of coffee or tea or comfort me and bring me all the medicine. I'm like, why was I keeping all these bad memories all these days that I never looked about the good things about my family? And then I realized that no matter what goes wrong in any kind of a relationship, if you look about the good side of it, you'll forget all the bad things eventually. Not that I would suggest anyone to stay in an abusive relationship or anything, but yeah. So, and then after 6 months into the fellowship, I really started getting homesick. And I used to call my grandma and tell how I appreciate all the good things that she has done for me all these days, even though I don't approve of all the other things that I already mentioned about. But they were also happy that I've started a new life. They were more accepting because it's been a long journey. And when I came back, I still decided to stay away from the family. I got another job. I'm an environmentalist now. I work with government school children in Hubli, which is like 350 kilometers from Bangalore. I teach environmental life hacks, like how you can source local environmental solutions to solve problems. So I'm really in love with my job. I'm really in love with my independent life. And also I'm happy that being away from my family has brought me closer to my family. So I'm sharing this story because a lot of young people today feel that they're being suffocated in a joint family. But I think if you move out once and then think about all the good things they've done for you, you'll always come back. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.